Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and in this video I am going to be looking at one of the two expansions for 0 to 100 Hours Night Raids in World War II by Greyfinale Games. Now Graham over at Greyfinale Games has been very kind and he has sent me both of the two expansions, Operation Torchlight for the Allies and Guards of Facility 9 for the Germans. So I am going to do two separate videos, one on each of the boxes, and this video, we'll get rid of this one, is going to focus on the Guards of Facility 9. That's mainly because in the games I've mostly been playing the Defenders, the Germans, and I'm quite keen to see what you get in this box of tricks. Now, as I've already said, full disclosure, these have been sent to me, and as you guys already know through the game reports and the other videos that I've done, I do enjoy this game a lot. However, we'll have a look at what's in here. I'm quite excited to see what options it's going to give us. As with the other box, you get a decent box art and it shows you exactly what you're getting, and this set apparently is going to contain 5 metal character miniatures, 12 multi-part plastic miniatures, 4 alternative heads, 9 recruitment cards, 7 event cards, 7 veteran cards, and 1 requisition card. And it's these that I'm really interested in to potentially expand the box of tricks that the Defenders will have for them. Right, let's get this opened up. Okay, so much like the base set, it comes with a very nice plastic container, which is, again, I think is fantastic because it actually means that you can actually store your stuff. It comes with 2 of the Wargames Atlantic German Sentry sprues. These are exactly the same as the ones that you get in the base set, but there should be some additional metal heads here that you can use to create some additional figures. And to be honest, you get enough here that you could put together a decent sized force if you were just buying this straight off the bat. And we have a lot of bases. I'm going to put these to one side, as if you really want to see a review of these sprues and what comes on these sprues, then I will leave a link to my original video review of the base box set up here and down below. If you click on that, you'll be able to go and have a look at the sprues and everything that comes with them there. You can also check out the painting video that I've made on the German Sentry as well if you want to see it in a little bit more detail. Okay, so let's start with the bag of metals that we have in here. And first off the bat, here you can see we have 4 gas marked heads, so that we can make the gas masked Germans. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. One of them is unhelmeted, which is nice, and we have one arm with a MP40, which I imagine is for one of the characters down here. Some people don't like sticking metal heads onto plastic bodies, but it's something that I was always used to doing. Is when I first got into wargaming, and it was GW, that seemed to happen a lot. It doesn't happen so much anymore, but it's not something I have a problem with. Very nice quality on the sculpt. And, oh, as we can see there, that's just popped off. I can't even tell you when the mold. Oh, there it is. There's the attachment. So yes, you might just need to keep the bag handy to pop that in. I'm going to put that away straight in there. Right, first up we have this chap. I believe this is a Gestapo officer. What I'll do is we'll just have a look at these sculpts, and then as we go through the cards, we'll bring the model back. Definitely inspiration from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. No, Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Come on, Martin, you should know that. That's very cool. I like it how he's drawing the gun. Nice detail. We have a German officer. I like all the medals and awards that are pinned to the chest. I also like these are slightly heavier set blokes. Ah yes, a German with a walking stick. So this will be the guy who's holding the MP40 in his other arm. Very nice sculpt. Female German guard. Slight bent in the end of the weapon, but that's easily solved. Very nice. And finally, this is the one I'm really looking forward to, the scientist. Now I have no idea what the rules are for these yet, so I figured what I'd do is actually crack out the cards and have a look at them while we've still got them here, and then we can always grab the models and have a look. Okay, so the first out the pack is the Commandant. As we can see, he's a character, so he's going to get 2 actions in the game. And it says he starts with the shoot on sight event card. And when reserves make a smarts test to move onto the table, use a commandant's smart score unless he's been taken out. So those of you who have watched the games will know that as a defending player, you have to put half your force off the field at the start of the game. And once the alarm is raised, they can move on. But to move on the same turn that the alarm is raised, they have to pass a smarts test, which is this one here. Now, most of the German sentries have a smarts of 1, so you know you may get them on. I think it's maybe a 1 in 6 chance that you're actually going to do it. This one here, they're much more likely to respond, so that's quite nice. He has an aim of 2, a react of 3, a melee of 2, a smarts of 3, and a guts of 2 as well, that's a really impressive stat line. Really impressive. He's also a character. He's going to get a veteran card, and he's carrying a pistol. So he can't. So there's no other way to arm him. He has got that, and he's unique. So you can only have the 1. Next, we have the adjutant. This is the female German officer, and she has also got 2 actions as she is a character. She's carrying a rifle, she generates a veteran card, and friendly characters within 6 inches can use the assist medal effect during shoot and defend actions. Okay, so that's really interesting because normally it's only when you're within 2 inches that you can use assist. She has an aim of 2, a react of 2, melee of 1, smarts of 3, and a guts of 2 again. So this is a very nice support character. So basically, if you keep her nearby, then she's going to just give some bonuses to your men. So she's basically a bit more of a support character. Next, we have the wounded officer. He's a character, again, 2 actions, a commander, a veteran. He's got an SMG, and well, like the last one, he's unique as well. And he starts with the report event card. At the start of the battle, draw 2 additional veteran cards. Okay, so if you take him in your force for 6 points, then he is going to your soldiers are going to have a lot more going for them. Normally, you get 1 veteran card for every veteran in your force. You're going to get, if he's in your force, you're going to get an additional 2. Now, those veteran cards are passed out among. They can either be given to officers, or they can be given. Well, they can be given to anyone. So, in a standard game, or the standard games that I've been playing at the moment, there are 2 characters generating 2 veteran cards, and he would get another 2. So he'd be given 4. So nearly, well, a third of your force is going to be veteran. He's got an aim of 3, a react of 2, melee of 2, smarts of 2, and a massive guts of 3. So he's going to be quite hard to take out. I quite like how these how their skills relate to event cards rather than something that's actually sort of a permanent ability on the card. Okay, here he is, a Gestapo officer. He's a character, a subordinate. He's a veteran, and he's got a pistol, so he's got 2 actions. He's 4 points. You may discard and redraw event cards from the start of the battle, not just once the alarm is raised, unless a Gestapo officer has been taken out. Okay, so I can already see how these characters are playing. They're effectively just messing with the normal order of things. So normally you can only redraw your event cards once the alarm has been raised, and the attacking player gets to redraw their order cards until the alarm is raised. This guy is going to give you the ability to be a bit more choosy with what you're doing. He has an aim of 1, a react of 2, a fight of 1, a smarts of 3, and a guts of 3. And finally, the one I've been looking forward to the most, the Chief Scientist. He's a character, subordinate, has toxic chemicals, and is unique. And he starts the game with a toxic chemicals requisition card. This may exceed the normal maximum number in the force. No other weapons. Add 1 gas mark guard to the force at no additional points cost. Okay, so he's going to come with some guards. He's got 2 actions as his character, an aim of 2. He's got a better aim than the Gestapo officer. A react of 1, a fight of 1, a smarts of 3, as you'd expect, and a guts of 2. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go through these other cards that they come with when we get to the event cards. Now we have the gas mark guards. Recon rolls can only spot enemies up to 12 inches away, not 15. And he's got aim of 2, react of 1, fight 2, smarts 1, and a guts of 1. I'm not entirely sure what the gas mark guard does at the moment. Maybe it's just to look cool. But we see 2 singles, a pair, as well as a gas mark sergeant. So that's quite nice. So we have that as a subordinate as well. Right, here are the requisition cards. So let's have a look at what this is actually going to do for you. So the toxic chemicals that the Chief Scientist brings, they follow all the rules for grenades. So he's going to lob a canister or a petri dish of chemicals at someone. In addition, if there are any hits, place a smoke or fire effect within 2 inches of the target. Any fighter within 2 inches of the marker loses 1 black from trauma rolls as if they had suffered 2 minor wounds, as well as the normal effects of smoke and fire. Remove the marker at the end of the turn. Fighters wearing gas masks cannot be hit and their trauma rolls are not affected. Okay, so your troops are going to be able to walk through this. Okay, so when you're taking trauma rolls, you're taking those guts checks after you've taken hits. If you have normally taken 2 hits, you lose the black dice. Effectively, what this is going to do is make that the norm. So you could just lay down quite a few of these, and if people are moving through them, then they're going to be affected. Also, your troops won't be. So that's quite nice. Not overly complicated either, which is quite nice. Now we've got some new event cards. Informant, using the defender's action, take the top 3 cards from the attacker's order deck and put 1 back on the top of the deck, 1 on the bottom, and then 1 in the discard pile. Okay, so that's dirty. You're just playing around with your opponent's cards. Intercepted message, used in an attacker action. When your opponent plays an order, the nearest defender to the attacking fighter takes a basic smarts test. If past that order is discarded, and no order can be used in the current action. Again, playing around, nice and dirty. All trap. Using a defender action. The alarm is suddenly raised. Okay, that's good. The defender's reserves do not have to pass smarts test to enter the table. Place a searchlight. The mission objectives are replaced with attacker. At least half the original number of fighters in the attacking force must move off the table. Defender, take out at least half the original number of fighters in the attacking force. The task that first completes their objective gains a partial victory. That's brilliant. I really like that. So you actually completely change the mission. So you could start out playing an assassination mission or a capture mission, and then you just completely change the parameters. That's really fun. I like that. No malingering. Oh, you can only use it on the military police action. If the military police is within 6 inches of a friendly trooper whose action token has been flipped to red, you can flip it back. Essentially a heal. Ready for trouble. Sentry gets to make a free action, free duck back. I don't want to go through all of these because you have to see them. Shoot on sight was report was the one that came with the wounded officer. As his action, the fighter makes an advance action towards a friendly character in line of sight in 15 inches. Oh, see, that would be quite handy because if you've watched some of our battle reports, if you are over 15 inches away and the enemy has been spotted, you still just wander around on either on patrols or roving patrols, so you can actually call them towards you. That's quite handy. And then finally, this is the one that comes with the commandant, the shoot on sight. Using a defender action, after a defender detects an attacker who was covert, either by successfully recon or by moving, they make a free shoot action against that attacker. The alarm level does not matter. Okay, so that could be fairly big. Allows you to get a drop on the attackers nice and early. And then we have some new veteran cards. Eagle Eyes, used on a recon roll, so you can spot people 18 inches away. Wow, so I thought 15 was actually quite long, so that's interesting. A ferocious animal, dog handler only. This fighter, or more accurately, the dog can use the aggression medal effect, even if they don't have a clear view. Robin won't be happy about that. Grenadier, this fighter is equipped with grenades. That's going to be very, very handy. I was wondering that because it did become very obvious that the defenders didn't have grenades, so that's one I'm definitely going to want. Hardened, friend within 2 inches taken out. The fighter does not make a trauma roll. Okay. Sniffer dog roll. If the target is within 6 inches, roll with a recon the medal. Stickler is firing his friendly sentries within 6 inches, counts suspicious, even if the alarm level is calm. And watchful. This fighter can turn to the direction of any chevron, not just successes. Okay, that's actually fairly big and fairly helpful. Right, okay, so that's the contents. Let's just have a look at everything and sum up. Okay, so there we have it. That is a really quick unbox and overview of what you're going to get in the Guards of Facility 9 box. I've just had a quick tot up and you can get a decent 24 points of troops and characters out of this. Remember, you can only take one character and a certain number of subordinates depending on the mission. So out of everything you get here, you could field 24 points quite comfortably, and that includes the gas mark troopers. One of the leaders that you get in this box, the wounded officer and the commandant, are both they're both leaders, so you can't take more than one, and you could have one or two subordinates, but I just went with one. So for example, we could take the commandant, we could take the mad scientist, or just chief scientist. I'm always going to say mad scientist. You could take the 4 gas smart troopers, a couple of sentries with dogs, and then pairs of sentries and normal sentries with various kit, and you'll have 24 points, which is more than enough than you need for a decent game. After that, if you want to get up to 30 points, which is the largest game that I've played and probably about the level of where I want to sit at, I don't really want to go any higher than that. In fact, I think I preferred 24, 25 points. You just need to add in potentially just another few troopers. So this box would be really, really good if one of your friends already has the core set. Then this could be, and you want to do the defenders, then this is a good box for you. This is effectively a one-stop shop. You will need the cards from the original set. However, on Grey for Now Games, Graham has released a PDF which shows all the basic stats of not just the nations that you get in the base set, but also of other things as well, like Italians and partisans, and they're all just in a PDF document just as a placeholder, and you can use them. I really like that it adds in event cards and veteran cards, so you can just keep adding to that base set. One thing I think it has already been commented on, and I kind of wish there was as well. It would have been nice to maybe see say a pamphlet with a couple of extra scenarios in. I'm not quite sure what the plan is for new scenarios. I imagine that those will be released online, potentially 2 or 3 at a time, maybe. I don't know, I haven't heard, but I do concede it would have been nice just to have a little pamphlet in here with maybe a couple of scenarios specifically aimed at what you get in this set. That being said, there is nothing to stop you obviously coming up with your own scenarios or to alter the ones that are in the main book for the stuff that you have here. Now my plan was, because we have another battle report coming up, we have one, or we were going to have a game, I'm going to try and get some of this painted up and added in so you guys can see this stuff in action. Well, there we go, everyone. There is an overview and a rundown of what you get in the Guards of Facility 9 box. I'll be going through the Operation Torchlight box, and that video will go up in a few days as well, just so you can compare. Those of you who have not sort of dropped into 0200 hours and were maybe just, looking to try it, I would still say that the base set is probably the way to go because you get the 2 forces in it and obviously the rulebook and everything else. But for those people where the base set has already been bought, maybe someone in your club has got it or one of your friends, and you wanted to get a force and you don't own anything to do with World War II, then this is definitely a good place to go, especially if you like the mad scientist Indiana Jones vibes that you get up here. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. This box is available for £42 and you can get it online at the Grey for Now Games website, which I'll leave a link to down below. If this is a game that you're interested in, head over, check out their Facebook page. There's a group and it's very active. Lots of people posting up lots of ideas about different types of missions and forces. It's great fun in there. I'll do the same for the Operation Torchlight box in a future video, and watch this space because there'll be some more 0200 hours content coming soon. In the meantime, I hope you all stay well and I will catch you all again in the next one. Take care of each other. See you later. Bye bye.